Today's video is the running score for people on the internet who have actually done what we would call slander, libel, or defamation, or all three in many cases. This consisted of an individual we'll call This is Sparta, 300 YouTube channels and Google Plus pages and other created by one individual using a tool YouTube had to take down because of this individual probably, who failed and now has 5. Another person who decided to post overt slander videos, and they're still up, so I'm going to have to flag them, okay, or not. Another individual who tried and failed to personally identify me, to out me, by posting what they thought was my name and somehow misspelling the name so it's not really a person's name. Twice. His initials are PK. The individual who posted actual defamation against me also misspelled the wrong name. Twice. But at least this individual managed to make their channel icon, the channel title, and the video title and video description all defame me, along with the icon for the video and the screen content through 100% of it. And wasn't smart enough to use another source other than her own fucking blog. Say I'll flag them or not. I honestly don't think I care anymore. Both videos, ironically, have almost exactly 300 views each. Hey, wait a minute. The other guy made 300 YouTube channels around the same time that video came out. Both of them. No. Oh, and then all the channels disappeared. So if they posted a comment, the comments are gone. The channels are essentially, one channel that the individual put the video on is essentially just blank other than impersonating me. But not impersonating me, but impersonating the person who was impersonating me 300 times. See how convoluted this gets. Let's talk about not HG, who did that, who will be flagged and dealt with and inexplicably. Let's talk about PK. PK was, let's do the story, a person who learned how to do Photoshop, not just Paint like me. I just use Paint, old school, to make icons for for channels and web rings and stuff. Setting up and arranging people who had similar interests and getting them glommed together to where they promote in a circle, which worked really well in the old days as cross-promotion between web pages. Then translated this over to YouTube and made actual money by having about a half a dozen channels do a ring. Instead of dozens, half a dozen was the optimum number. That's because this individual would then have to act as a referee between 6 or more individuals and get them to cooperate, which was pretty difficult. And what were the videos about? Each one would post once a week, up to 7 people maximum, so it was usually 6. This dirty half dozen of channels would post false news stories and get page views and make money. And consequently, PK, the ringleader or head clown or cat herder, I think cat herder was a better name for this person, who originally started off being a computer artist, legitimate website builder and search engine optimization person who held in the background, would then start harassing people to join the groups and pay into it by saying, I will make people believe that you're a registered offender. Not saying what kind, you already know what kind. And these others would then rope in other people the same way. Join our death cult. This was from before 2012 forward. The end of the world scenario from the Mayan calendar failed, so they started talking about comet impacts all by themselves, asteroids, your mom, that sort of thing. PK and the other dirty half dozen or so have faded into obscurity. All of these channels started off being vacation video uploaders who video recorded a UFO. And if it got viral, I would debunk it if it was debunkable, or I'd ignore it, because I don't have any information. I can't confirm something's a UFO because it's an unidentified flying object. It is an unidentified flying object. But I could debunk it if it was overtly faked or if it was just something else entirely that's completely innocent. But PK, the ringleader, would tell them, flag the crap out of him. Now, they would also immediately, like they would do to anybody who didn't join their little cult, accuse you of crap and keep doing it and say, we'll take it down if you give us, at one point it was $300 or $500, PK would demand. Eventually, PK had to set up YouTube channels using his own real name because so many people found out the leaked name and address and his face and everything else. He decided to defend himself. You're destroying my reputation. No, you did that yourself. So this individual, after about a decade, decided to post dozens of YouTube channels named after him. So I could use his name, but we'll call him PK. And PK may actually not be with us anymore. COVID took a lot of people out. I should also point out that because of YouTube changes, most of the Dirty Half Dozen channels just don't do anything anymore. I can't even find them when I look for them half the time. When I do find them, they've changed names and they've gone back to doing vacation videos. One of them, Dracula, we like to call him, you know who you are, got in trouble trying to change dictionary entries on Open Dictionary or whatever.com by claiming he invented a specific word he didn't and giving it a definition that had nothing to do with it. And came after me for pointing out that this was stupid. This individual, however, goes on vacations in Europe and does really good videos. But no, it had to be about the universe is a different shape and we've all been lied to and the moon landing didn't happen. Yeah, the rest of the Dirty Half Dozen are, I've actually forgotten what most of them are. I only remember a couple of them. Two of them believing the world's going to come to an end for a legitimate reason, being roped in by lies on the internet, who were told by me and everybody else while we were talking kindly to them, don't join the Dirty Half Dozen. And then got roped into it because then we saw slander sites go up. Because PK would do that immediately. Prepare a slander site, load it with the same cut and paste bullshit, and had them up, and still has them up. Although they're not visible because every search engine has banned them. So far, I think. Now, the one called nobugs, otherwise known as FapTech, yes, that was a parody channel. That was probably the only one that was legit. Making fun of me, it was a cool video. I thought it was funny as fuck because I'm easily made fun of. Watch this video. Went under several different names. But out of the 300 channels that individual created, not PK, but nobugs, a pot leaf character, out of 300 or more duplicate channels, one of them survived. It is a failed impersonator channel with 8 subscribers, no videos, no defamation. It just looks like, I mean, it fooled me enough. I'm like, is this a channel I set up and lost the password to? And I checked on it. Nope. It isn't. That's sad. I could use an extra channel right now. What else did this individual do? Well, this individual set up 4 channels out of 24 that still exist that went after a girl by impersonating her, went after another YouTuber and impersonated him. Another one that was simply named after 2 words I used in a YouTube video, and the renamed FapTexan channel that's now named after another girl this individual decided to harass. What happened to this individual that went under nobugs? Well, this individual is the source of the accusation that I'm on an offender list. Now, if you're not aware of what a public offender list is, it's an offender list that's public. So claiming it's secret while saying it's a public offender list makes no sense. What did this individual do? He's now listed on an offender list, went to prison for 5 years for exactly what you're thinking, and then immediately after getting out of prison, apparently decided to post a comment under one of my videos, and I forwarded it to the parole board, and now this individual, for one comment, has gone back to prison again for the rest of the max sentence for that kind of behavior against 3 victims. Or not, and that individual, FapTech, aka nobugs, the 300, initials GS. Because this individual was caught in the web of evil of YouTube and Google real name policy by giving up his actual ID and Google deciding, no, we're just going to name the channel you just tried to confirm that you set up all these 300 channels with your real name. And that leaked the name, and the name couldn't be changed, and there was nothing this individual could do about it. The initials GS. And yes, it's a public offender list, and it doesn't matter because he's gone to prison for an unknown period of time. When I inquired about this, I can't get any information about it because they said, no, this is now a sealed case because the individual decided to. I wasn't the only person this person was doing it to. There's at least 2 individuals this person was harassing by impersonation. And Google and YouTube would like to bury this subject too. So now we move on from the one ringleader or web ringleader or the herder of clowns and cats who originally was legit, that went on to just defame people into submission and demand money otherwise, and I didn't pay, so I got defamed. And our one individual that impersonates 300 people who went to prison for doing something terrible to 3 people. We now get to the last person. A person, HG. This individual put up 2 slander vids. So did PK. The slander vids are so minimal I don't even want to flag them because there's nothing in them, because in all cases of all 4 videos where you have left over from all the other crap that's gone through, both of them post what they think my name is and then misspell the name they think I have. That's the only reason I found them is I accidentally typed in my name wrong. Right? No, I typed in the name they always list with it. And what is this? That's not the... Oh, I typed it wrong. So the name they think I am, they misspelled. So I don't even have a reason to flag 2 of them because it doesn't say anything slanderous. It's actually slandering someone else. And then we get to HG, the perpetual motion generator person who got mad at me for reviewing their perpetual motion machine, as I'm wont to do. So this person put up an entire channel that's impersonating me by impersonating the guy who impersonated me 300 times. And posting a video that defames me. And has the thumbnail with a defamation in it. And the channel icon defames me. And still misspells the name they think is mine. You're dumb. Next thing, let's just get back to it. The quantum energy generator, alternative energy prototype that never worked. QEG, also known as, Fix the World, and her common name, HD. I'm not going to name the initials for her actual name, although this individual is no longer a private individual. I'm not going to use her name. Don't harass her. Get your money back. The diagram that was posted, again, my video that was up about this, the diagram for doing the wiring, if you actually tried to use this thing, number one, if you used it as described in the instructions, wouldn't do anything. No one's ever got it working. But if you tried to initialize it by giving it some power from the power line, 120 or 220, it would catch on fire because there was a lead pipe short in the circuit diagram. And in the instructions at one time it did. The only thing corrected was the instructions. So if you build it according to the diagram, you'll burn your house down or something, or nothing will happen. And if you build it the way it's designed by its description, it will do nothing, but at least it won't burn your house down. I was criticized for pointing out, HD, you did this in Paint, you left a literal single wire where you shouldn't have. When you do a diagram like this, you do diagrams with lines, and then you break the line by putting the object or device in the middle. You failed to do that. I suggested you put in a fuse, and then go into business selling fuses. So let's review. One individual impersonating 300 people trying to make me look bad by making me look like I'm on an offender registry is on an offender registry and is now serving 2 terms instead of 1 because they couldn't help themselves. They had to post a comment. 2, an individual that ran a whole group of other people trying to destroy my reputation has essentially disappeared and failed to do so entirely because the name they claimed I had is now misspelled. And the other person who did exactly the same thing actually succeeded in defaming me, but again, it's not findable. I mean, I had trouble finding it. And that individual got mad at me for pointing out that they might cause a house to burn down. 2 points. So, again, out of hundreds of channels, we have less than half a dozen, and only 4 videos, and 2 of them are actual defamation, and the other 2 are... And funny thing is, yes, the filthy monster went to prison, but he actually posted a legitimate parody video that was funny. That's the only one who actually did something that you could acceptably do. And I'm still here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll need it.